Imagine, if you will, a sandworm. Not the kind that slithers through Frank Herbert's desert, but one that burrows through the invisible dunes of the internet. And instead of devouring spice harvesters, this one devours trust. Now, a couple of months back, one such worm wiggled its way into the NPM ecosystem, the beating heart of modern JavaScript development. It stole developer credentials, rifled through API tokens, and then republished itself into new packages like a worm with a marketing strategy. Its name, Shai-Hulud, and in a flourish worthy of a Bond villain, it didn't even bother with secret servers. No, it simply dumped the stolen credentials publicly on GitHub. Now, this wasn't a failure of a single developer or even a single company. It was a failure of the way we've built our digital world. You see, we've created a software ecosystem where millions of packages are downloaded billions of times, then stitched together to form the apps and services that we rely on every day. It's a marvel of collaboration, but also like a house of cards. So what do? Do we stop using open source? Of course not. We simply need to build better guardrails. And that is where software supply chain security and asset management comes in. Because in reality, most organizations don't actually know what's running under the hood of their own software. Dependencies pile upon dependencies like Russian dolls, and they're nested so tightly that even the developers who assembled them can't always recall what's inside. So when a worm like Shai-Hulud comes calling, it doesn't need to attack the fortress walls. No, it just slips in through the forgotten side door you probably didn't even know you had. And in that context, asset management then is less about bureaucracy and more about visibility. It's the act of shining a torch into the dark corners of your code base, cataloging what you rely on, and crucially, understanding the provenance of those components. And let's be clear, this isn't just a tech problem, it's a trust problem. Every time a customer logs in, every time a patient record is stored, and every time a financial transaction is processed, they're placing their faith in the invisible scaffolding of the code beneath. And if that scaffolding is riddled with holes, the trust collapses with it. So the challenge for leaders isn't to abandon open source, nor to retreat into proprietary silos. It's to treat digital assets with the same seriousness as physical ones. That means not just building faster, but building wiser, where asset management isn't an afterthought, but the foundation. Because in the end, the sandworms aren't going away, but with the right maps, the right guardrails, and a culture that values visibility as much as velocity, we can make sure that they don't devour the one thing we can't afford to lose: trust.